Hey, welcome to the Rockhampton Paleo Fitness channel. This is Nathan Cahoon. How you going? I'm from Paleo Fitness. Alright, so today's episode is I'm covering nutrition and society. It's like how everyone seems to be overweight right now, and a lot of people seem to be overweight right now. And what I want to do is create a high level of awareness away from judgment and towards compassion, and by telling you, by exposing you to an idea or a study on nutrition that correlates quite well to humans and explains why we're at where we're at right now. So buckle your seatbelts, guys. This is a great story. So I'm going to tell the story the way I like telling it. If you want to read the book, it's called Pottinger's Cats by Francis Marion Pottinger. This is a study I'm going to refer to. I tell the story the way I like to tell it, a little more entertaining, and it gets the information across pretty well. So Francis Pottinger, he's this doctor, and he has done lots of surgeries on the cats. I don't ask why he was this. He's doing lots of surgeries on cats, and he's finding that the cats keep dying. Like, why do the cats keep dying after surgery? And he's not knowing why. So he's feeding the cats cod liver oil. He's feeding them cooked meat and cooked milk, and he's feeding them these foods, and they're still dying after surgery, and they're looking mangy. What's going on? So however, he had to keep getting more cats in. So he's getting more and more cats in to keep doing the surgeries. And this guy's a smart guy, right? Pottinger's God. He's like, all right. What we're going to do is what I'm going to do is I'll segregate the two cats. So there's one group of cats which is raw meat and raw milk, and there's another group of cats which is cooked meat and cooked milk. And so he segregated them, got them eating their diets. And what did Pottinger find? Well, Pottinger found that the cats eating the raw milk and the raw meat were the cats that were running around, all happy in that, and just having a good time, reproducing fine. He found that the cats that would eat cooked meat and cooked milk would die after the surgeries, and they would show signs of being unhealthy. So Pottinger's like, oh, what's going on here? Well, let's find out. So he did this, what I think is 20-year study on cats and their nutrition, and he would separate one group of cats to raw milk and raw meat, and another group of cats with cooked milk and cooked meat, or cooked milk or cooked meat with the other raw. And what did he find? What Pottinger found, that the cats that would eat raw were doing exactly what they were doing to begin with. They were running around being happy, reproducing, and the cats that weren't reproducing, the cats who were eating cooked milk and cooked meat were going extinct by the 4th generation. What? Right? It's like, to be more specific, the cats would become gradually more and more sick and physiologically poor with each generation until they couldn't reproduce anymore, or they couldn't live long enough to reproduce. So what would happen is the first group of cats would be eating cooked milk or cooked meat or both. They would reproduce. Those cats would be sick. And then when they reproduce, the next group of cats would be sick. And then if the 3rd generation could reproduce, because they're having problems with reproduction by the 3rd generation, the cats of the 4th generation would only live to be 6 months of life, and then they would die. They couldn't live long enough to reproduce, so they went extinct. Yeah, and just it goes by the logic that if you cook something to the point where the things that are dead in the meat or the milk with the cats, if you cook something until the things that are dead in what you're eating, you can't produce life out of death. You have to take your own life to produce life out of the dead stuff. And this is what's going on. The cats are eating dead, deficient nutrient food, and then they're reproducing nutrient deficient children, and then they're expressing or birthing more nutrient deficient children until the children are so nutrient deficient, physiologically deficient, that they can't even reproduce or live. And so what Pottinger found was that on the way to death, and on the way through these cycles, he found that they would get a list of symptoms coming from arthritis, urinary dysfunction, inflammation, hypothyroidism, food sensitivities, problems with their ovaries and testes, and having issues with delivering of kittens. Now, in the book, Pottinger makes quite a good correlation between what happens with humans and cats, because Pottinger owned his own hospital, or his own practice, and he would see this over and over and over again with people he would see. He didn't do a study on it like the cat, but he would see the correlations over and over and over again, and he did X-rays on people and would study on a case-by-case status and state. And what he found was that he would see exactly the same thing happen with people with cats. The people that would come in that were sick, he would analyse what the parents would be eating and what their grandparents would be eating, and there'd be deficient diets. The people who weren't sick that he would see, the people he would examine that were robustly healthy, were parents of eating organic, raw, high-quality diets. And so, what do you see now? And this is great, I love this about the study, is that if you do look now, if it's been 110 years or more than 100 years of humans eating processed food. So you can cook food to kill all the vitamins and minerals and enzymes and hormones and whatever else you find in it that creates growth. And you can also process food, like milling it and industrializing it. Anything else will also making it preserved. So if something's preserved and it's not from like fermentation, it means that everything in it is too dead to live, or anything bacteria can live off it. So the way we make food now with industrialization, processing and heating up, everything's dead. So we're Pottinger's people, guys, right? We're eating all the deficient foods. And if you look at the diseases and the dysfunctions that are going on now in human society, you're seeing arthritis in the cats. Yeah, you're seeing back pain, neck pain, osteoarthritis. You're seeing all these diseases. You're seeing kidney, liver, testes, ovary, and bladder infections in cats. You're seeing urinary tract infections. You're seeing PMS symptoms in females. You've got inflammation of the nervous system. You're seeing things like nervous system diseases that are popping up that are rare, like you've got like Parkinson's disease, and your brain is your central nervous system. So you've got depression. Yeah, we've got hypothyroidism. There we go, hypothyroidism. Next time you want to see someone who's overweight and judge them, maybe they're just part of Pottinger's kids, right? Maybe their parents didn't eat enough, and now they've got hypothyroidism, and now they're overweight. Hypothyroidism. You've got food sensitivities. A dare to go to the supermarket. You can find gluten-free, dairy-free, egg-free, nut-free. All these foods that are free of something because someone's allergic to them. There is actually enough people allergic to these foods that there are people who actually have businesses selling these nut-free, gluten-free foods. Yeah? We have ovarian atrophy, and males develop to create sperm, right? So what's one of the biggest industries now? We have IVF, erectile dysfunction. Doesn't that look like third-generation Pottinger's cats? We're unable to reproduce, so we need to use scientific methods to reproduce, to become pregnant. Yeah? Guys need drugs to get an erection. Come on, guys. Come on. Right? Delivery of kittens becomes difficult. So you have difficulties in pregnancy. Cesareans are huge. Painkillers in pregnancy, or when a woman's giving birth, is massive. Seeing all these correlations, yeah, of cats to humans, and it's everywhere, guys. It's everywhere. So the reason why I bring this up as well, I feel as though it's quite an important topic and quite a significant study to bring up, is one thing that Pottinger found that I found the most significant amongst all the stuff he studied, and there was this simple sentence here, right? A cat born of ill health would take 4 generations of breeding to return offspring to natural state of health. So it would take 4 generations for a cat that was a Pottinger's cat, so it was born of ill health. It was normally a 2nd generation cat, because a 3rd generation cat normally couldn't reproduce. So a 2nd generation cat, if you put it on raw food and got it to breed, it would take 4 generations to even come close to having none of these diseases. And this is so significant because I believe that this is happening with humans right now. It's exactly the same. We follow the same organism biological rules. And so this is significant because now you can make a choice. Because now you know that if you eat crap food and if you choose a crap lifestyle, and you choose to have a lifestyle that is fun, let's admit it, like eating lots of this stuff and doing all these fun things is is fun, but like if you choose to do it so much so to an extent that you have degenerated your body, you haven't degenerated your body. You have degenerated your body and the body of your children and of your children's children and of your children's children's children. So now this is empowering. So now it means more to you. It's not just a hamburger. It's not just going out drinking for 5 days straight. It's a choice now. You can say, I choose to live a life of health and fun, but enough health that I can reproduce children and I can pass on my legacy of health to my children. So my genes and my family doesn't go extinct. Yeah? So next time you see someone who is overweight, or next time you see someone who looks sick and you're like, oh, they need to look after themselves, think about this. Think about it. It's Pottinger's cats. That's not their fault. You see children being born with diabetes or having diabetes by age 3 or 4, diabetes type 2. Right? Normally it would take someone 30 years or 20 years or 40 or 50 years to get diabetes type 2. Children are being born with diabetes type 2 or having diabetes type 2 by age 4 or 5. That is impossible. The only way that could happen is if they were born of sick nutrition and sick health. So next time you see a kid who's overweight running around, who's he's obese, I feel like he needs to eat less. Poor kid probably has hypothyroidism, which was given to him from his mother, and now he has to eat 2-3 times more just to feel the amount of energy you have. Yeah, this is what's going on. Yeah, so it's empowering in that sense because you're like, I can help this kid out. We can start doing organic food, anything, right? So start getting healthy. So there's one last thing I just want to touch on, and that's this: is that our food right now, and everyone's eating it. Our food is nutrient deficient, absolutely nutrient deficient, like it was cooked. Like you look at any animal, we're eating Pottinger's cows, right? Pottinger's cows. Cows are supposed to eat raw grass. They're supposed to eat raw food. They're raw habitational food, but instead they're given processed grains and shit, right? They're given all this stuff to eat before you get it. So now they're being fed faulty nutrition for their body, and now their bodies are breaking down, and you've got sick cows. And what? You're going to create a healthy person out of a sick cow? You're not going to create a healthy person out of a sick cow. Right? And what about fruits and vegetables? Fruits and vegetables need herbicides, pesticides, insecticides, and all this junk to keep them growing. Right? That's sick plants who can't grow on their own. They need help because they're sick. You expect to be healthy from eating a sick plant, a sick meat. And on top of this, let's get some sick vegetables and some sick meat from the supermarket and let's cook it up. Right, let's cook it up and let's cook everything out of it and then expect myself to be healthy. Yeah, so just remember this, guys. We're all eating the same food. So next time you see someone who's sick, be reminded you're eating the same food as them. If you're going to the supermarket, you're in the same supermarket as them, you're creating the same body, and it might just take one more generation for you to create a sick person like them. So remember, be thankful. If you are healthy and you are healthy enough that you can make the judgment that someone's unhealthy, or you can make the observation that someone's unhealthy, then you are lucky enough and fortunate enough that your parents had a healthy lifestyle. So be thankful for that, guys, and be helpful to the people that you are observing as unhealthy. And the last thing is, is together we could, is the only way to, I'm being distracted by Sean. The last thing is in order to be healthy and create a healthy community and take it back and come back to everyone being thin, everyone being healthy, is to eat high quality food and just eat food that has nutrients in it. So we can pass it on to someone else. You create a healthy person yourself, you create a healthy person next. And it's no one's fault but our own. Right? Because if you choose to eat all the supermarket food over high quality, local grown, organic food, then they're just going to keep making it. Those companies, they do what makes money. So if you keep buying that food, they're just going to keep making it. If everyone in Rockhampton tomorrow decide they're going to eat organic food, then those companies will go bust and there'll be organic companies up everywhere. And there's no excuse, guys. If you guys want organic food, it's highest quality health, and highest quality foods and Lily Pili Organics. And you can order your food online, they deliver it to your door. Alright, so just remember this, guys. We're all in it together, and we have to move forward together. My next episode on this stuff is I'm covering the book Nutrition and Physical Degeneration by Weston A. Price. Francis Pottinger and Weston A. Price used to talk to one another. Weston A. Price, he did a study. It was a 14-year study, and he did almost exactly the same as what Francis did. And he went around the world and he saw 14 different tribes. We'd look at where they were isolated, eating their raw environmental food, and then when those people would go and eat cooked food, and you'd make the same correlations, and you found quite interesting stuff relative to what Francis found. So I'm going to cover that in the next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in soon. So yeah.